Hey everyone, Silver Contrail here. Today I'm bringing you a video playthrough with some commentary from a run I did of Mirror Descended. So Mirror Descended is a special dungeon. It's Legend Plus, Mythical Plus difficulties. I'm going to be running the Legend Plus, which has the special modifier that your monsters start at level 1 and they level up as you progress. This is my current goal in the game is to try to run this successfully a bunch of times because I'm trying to build a mirror team, which is, of course, the drop from this. So you're going to see right away me jumping into this first floor. I'm going to use some skills here to try to get enough light orbs to make a quick row. This team, the Thoria team, which is composed of a bunch of light subs, as well as Saria and Awoken Thor, lives on rows. That's how it does pretty much all of its damage. You know, use a skill, make a row, you deal a ton of damage. Pretty straightforward how that works. And then, of course, enhances are great. I'll probably talk about this team in a later video. It's my main team, my go-to team. Trying to get it into a mirror team eventually at some point. But I want to get mirror fully leveled before I really heavily consider it. So first floor cleared, level up a bunch of stuff. Pretty happy to see at least like Dao Cow going up to like 63 and 57 for Awoken Sakia and Awoken Thor. So, you know, the total HP increases, that's good because I'm going to need it because this dungeon is all about tanking hits and then healing it right back. So the first wave, the first floor done. The second floor, which real quick, I'll try to look at the names of these things so I know what the heck I'm talking about, is the Light Insect Dragon, Pulse Needle. So this guy is really annoying because he has that combo shield for 10 turns if you don't make 5 or higher, or excuse me, 5 or higher combos. He will heal all the damage you would do to him, which you'll see that popping up as little pluses. Then he's going to generate poison orbs every other turn. But when he does that, he doesn't deal a lot of damage. So what I'll do usually is I'll wait until he hits the second time with his skill, and then, or excuse me, with his normal attack, and he'll deal a bunch of damage. And Awoken Dao Cow and Dao Cow. I actually know how I'd say his name. I always say Dao Cow because I hear I hear people pronounce that on YouTube. So her skill comes in handy here, gets the poison orbs off the board. I've got a couple of different ways to get rid of it. I deal a bunch of damage with her, get some rows in, and then they bind my team for like a turn, which doesn't matter because I don't need to kill him that turn. So it's like, okay, well, whatever. I'll just wait, do some combos, accidentally heal a little bit, and then just hold out. He'll do some little bit of like a tiny bit of damage. And then from there, I'm thinking about the kill shot, but what I usually do here is I usually just wait him out. I just wait out the combo shield. It's 10 turns. It takes maybe an active to make some hard orbs and a pinch, as you saw earlier, and then I can hit him with whatever, and I know I won't get screwed and accidentally like heal his full health again, and then I'm waiting for my skills to cool back down. But yeah, basically this is just a little bit of a waiting game. He's got about 3 turns left at this point, and then once that's done, I can hit him for all the damage. So I got Saria obviously has a really good effect to set up for wipes to just demolish people. Same thing with Ilum, the white dragon beast, immediately to Saria's right. Awoken Sakia is there as a bind clear. She's got some pretty decent resists, some of which kind of backfire in this dungeon. There's a few cases where sometimes poison orbs will be converted back into jammers, and she will basically delay that, or she will resist the jammers, and then I'm left with the poison orbs. So at this point I've got tons and tons and tons of poison orbs, so I'm going to use Saria's skill, load up the board with heal, fire, and light. I'm going to use Thor's skill, double light and water attribute attacks. The water part is irrelevant, the light part is very relevant. And then of course, set up some combos. I think I screw up a little bit here, but it doesn't matter because it's more than enough. Yep, and then he drops. Pretty sizable attack increase or level increase. Ilm kind of lagging behind, Saria lagging behind, but everyone else in the 70s and the 80s. For this one, these guys are kind of annoying, but I know that if I can burst them right here, that I won't lose on the next turn. Well, actually, I should say that I knew that. I actually didn't know that I would survive this very next attack. So after I wipe them out, the mechanical fish dude on the right, he has an attack because he's got a resolve, so he'll live, and then he has an attack where he hits you and then he recovers some HP. And I actually had no idea if I would survive that or not. I'm not. I think that's just a. Yeah, it's just a set damage attack, and I did it anyway. So that was almost a wipe. Thankfully, I didn't lose to it, and then just a pretty simple combo here. Heal up a little bit of damage, hit him pretty hard. He's not going to survive that. The next fight is another one of those. I'm going to sit here and tank a bunch of damage and tank a bunch of poison orbs for a long time. The blue time sorceress Ars Paulina, I think is her name. So she's not a hard fight in the sense that she doesn't deal a lot of damage, but it is kind of difficult because she converts your heal orbs to water orbs at about a 30% chance, which feels a lot higher. Seems like she hits you way more. So at this point, like, I only have 2 heal orbs. I've got to make some orbs. So here's where Dao comes in handy. Being able to make heal orbs in a tanky team like this is just, you got to have it because you don't want to just run out of orbs. Set up a combo, not very high combos. I'm terrible at making combos, so that doesn't help. Unfortunately, she also has a 50% damage resistance to light. That's crazy. So she's very bulky against my team, but I'm also very bulky too. She basically cannot one-shot me. She doesn't have a skill to one-shot me, and I can tank anything, even her below 30% hits, which is not something you see terribly often outside of co-op. But that's the great part about running this team, because you have so much HP. I already have 45,000, and that's not my maximum either. So again, dealing out some more damage here. I really should have put the sound on, but I didn't. I didn't know if my sound recorder would actually record it, to be honest. So to the right of Owoken Sakuya, going into those last 3 monsters there, we have Light Valkyrie, who converts heal orbs to light orbs. She's kind of a board fixer. If I use Saria's skill or I use Daokao's skill and I need more light orbs, I can use her skill, and she'll usually give me the light orbs I need to then do that sort of end game burst. And then finally we have Daokao, which converts dark orbs to light orbs, fire orbs to heal orbs, and also poisons and jammers to water orbs, which is her new awoken skill. She's obviously really useful. She has like over 1,000 recovery, so probably the strongest sub on the team for her utility, and a cooldown of only 8 turns, which is really nice. Like Ilum's I think 12 turns, Saria is 10, I think Thor is 12 turns, and then I haven't skilled down Sakuya yet, so she's actually quite a bit as well. And then, of course, Light Valkyrie is only 5 turns, so she's up very frequently. The downside to her skill is that for a tanky team like this, you usually don't want to get rid of your heart orbs, which is exactly what she does. So I'm looking at my board here. I just popped Saria. I'm going to go ahead, and I can't remember what I do here. Oh, yes, I use Light Valkyrie, and then I use Thor. See, the downside, I've gotten rid of all of my heal orbs, so if I were to get hit by her Tidal Hurricane, well, I would lose because I don't have enough health. And it doesn't matter anyway. I'm going to kill her this turn, but if I didn't kill her, I would immediately die the next turn. Or that turn, I should say. Unfortunately, so I've got Thor. His skill lasts for 2 turns. Doesn't matter if you clear the floor. There's some skills that continue whether you clear the floor or not. The downside is this guy takes 75% damage reduction for a turn. I totally screw up this combo, by the way. So I can't kill him in one shot. I have to wait 3 turns. And he's also got a 5-turn time delay. He hits really hard. and he makes poison orbs too. What do you know? If you basically wait a turn, he will convert those poison orbs to jammers. But he also deals a ton of damage when he does that as well. So there he goes, converts them to jammers. If you have jammer resist awakenings, sometimes you'll resist that and you'll be left with the poison orbs, which kind of sucks. But otherwise, going through there, I get a message real quick and close it out. And then, yeah, so again, another kind of stally match. I've got to wait until my actives come back up. I've got to wait for this delay to go away as well. The delay on moving orbs, which I have for another 3 turns. I just went to 2 turns there. Got to heal again. So it's all about waiting because I don't want to fight the final boss with a time delay on me if I can avoid it. So that's what I'm doing here, basically trying to avoid going into the final fight with a disadvantage. And at this point, kind of looking into, okay, when can I try to burst for game? When can I do the damage that I need to go ahead and end this? I've changed my strategy up slightly since I've been running this. I've run this a lot of times. I used to use Thor on the final fight, the very next fight, and then I would wait for him to recharge. And there it is, right there. That's the poison getting replaced by the jammers, and then Awoken Sakia effectively preventing the poison arms from being turned into jammers, which is a kind of the downside there. But yeah, I used to wait. Now I've determined that I can usually kill Mir without doing that, so things are a little bit different. But you can see me kind of toying with the idea of popping Grimoire Spear right now, and then there we go. I've got all of my delays gone. I've got a lot of HP in the sense that if he were to try to hit me with something, I would resist it. There's a big combo here, or not a big combo, but lots of rows, doing over 1 million damage on Thor, and he is out of here. And we move on to the second to last fight. This is, of course, Mir, the form that drops, and then she transforms in the next stage. So Mir has Dark Resist, 50%, but otherwise she's not terribly interesting. Except for her next form is a lot more interesting in my opinion. So she has a big skill that reduces your HP by a set amount. I think it's 80%. So saving those heal orbs for that, really important. I'm building up some light orbs to kind of deal some damage. And of course resist those, which is always nice. Get rid of those jammers. Thinking about, how can I kill her? How can I run her out of HP, which is I think 6.2 million HP, without using Thor. That's the strategy, at least. I'm gonna wait until that time delay for the movement is gone, and then I'm gonna hit. So she has like a 1-turn bind that she does, which isn't really terribly relevant. It hits 2 subs, not a big deal. You get hit with that 80% reduction. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, how can I both heal and not push her down to her nuke that she has when she gets to really low health. So purposefully trying not to match a whole lot of combos, doing only 1 row. And I was kind of worried that I would push her a little too far, but thankfully I didn't. Just above 50%, which is perfect. If she would have gone below 50%, she would have done a combo shield, which would have been annoying. So, yeah, setting up a big board here, thanks to Saria and Light Valkyrie. Gonna get 2 rows in. It's gonna count for 2, so not too bad for combo. Sufficient to end it, and doing 1 million with Thor alone, so. And she only had about 3 million health left. And then finally, her final form, at least for this dungeon, she also has another evolution. So for this one, again with Thor, the strategy, or excuse me, with Saria Thor, is to kind of hold out. She has a shield that blocks 500,000 damage or more. So you just wait until it's gone, and then you deal 10 million damage. Thankfully, you don't actually have to do that much because of Sakuya, or I don't have to do that much anyways. Sakuya is going to eat about 20% of her health when it comes to be time for that. She does have a really cool skill, which you just saw there, where she makes you move an orb. It's not a big deal, unless for some reason if you're doing like a heart cross team, it might be difficult. Here, it doesn't really matter because all I'm doing is just healing, healing and clearing orbs. And yeah, that's literally all I'm doing is I'm just healing and clearing orbs until that barrier is gone. So she has a 6-turn bind, which is way more relevant. That's a long time to get binded for, and a lot of binds only clear about like 3 turns of binds. So I've got to wait another 3 turns now to clear that bind if I don't use like a bind clear awakening. I like match a row of hearts. So that's me. That was me attempting to not make a heart combo, and then Skyfall said otherwise. But thankfully, she gives you a lot of heart orbs, enough that if you are running a heart cross team like Mir, you are in luck. I think I spent a long time kind of deliberating this next move, trying to determine what I should do here. If I should try to like save a bunch of heart orbs, or if I should just use them up now, or whatever. Because her shield goes down in the next turn. And then there's at least one more turn I have to wait before Ilum goes back up, because I don't want to try to burst her down without him. Losing a 1/6 of my attack is not going to be nice. And so I end up kind of doing this, which eats up pretty much all of my heart orbs. It actually probably wasn't a good play in retrospect. And then again, we're down to, I'm checking the number. Sakuya reduces the bind status by 3 turns. Ilum's binded for 4 turns. Doesn't really help me there. And then there's a bit of a heal. She's going to do time leap, and that's going to heal her, which is fine. And then we're going to finally go in for the kill. So there is the gravity sort of thing. It's not really a gravity, but I guess it is gravity. And then Ilum skill, and then I'm looking at this board and I'm thinking, okay, how many rows can I make? And then of course Thor's skill. Now she does have a nuke based on turn. So if you sit here too long and you stall against her for too long, she will kill you. And I counted it out, and I think it's about 12 or 13 turns, whatever it ended up being. It was like a max skilled Thor will become active with no prior HP, or with like no prior like charge on him, if you have at least 1 additional haste. So there's the kill, and then there's the drop, of course. So Legend Plus guaranteed drop, Mythical Plus also guaranteed drop, whatever. If you beat it, you get the drop. So I'm also going to show you the power up fusion. Of course, you run this to get the skill ups. It's 3 times skill up rates, so it's been a decent chance. And this is, it's all or nothing right here. Grabbing the mirror and doing the thing and trying to skill it up. She takes like 22 skill ups or something. Or no, she starts at 22 turns and no skill ups. So frustrating, but that's what you get. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. That'll be about it for me. I'm going to be running it a lot more. So until next time then.